Have you ever sat down across from your elderly mom, dad, or grandparent, watching them quietly spoon oatmeal into their mouth? That simple, familiar comfort food you've always thought was good for them, and yet noticed something's off? Maybe they seem more tired, or their mood has shifted, or their health just isn't what it used to be. You might wonder, how can this be? They're eating something healthy. Oatmeal is supposed to be good for seniors, right? But what if I told you that the very things you're adding to their oatmeal, those everyday foods you think are harmless, might be quietly doing more harm than good? What if those little habits, those just a pinch, or just a spoonful moments, are actually undermining their health and vitality without you even realizing it? This isn't just about what's on their plate, it's about something deeper. It's about protecting their well-being, preserving their dignity, and making sure their golden years are filled with strength and comfort, not silent struggles. Because every bite, every choice you make for them, carries weight. And when it comes to the health of the people you love most, there's no room for guesswork or assumptions. Today, I'm going to share with you 7 everyday foods that, when added to oatmeal, can turn this once powerful health staple into a hidden hazard for seniors. I'll also show you smart, simple swaps that can protect and even boost their well-being. These aren't complicated diet changes, just small tweaks that can make a big difference. If you're caring for an elderly loved one or want to learn how to keep those close to you thriving and healthy, I invite you to comment, "I'm watching," down below right now. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Wise Living, because here, we share essential tips that matter most to you and those you cherish. Let's get started. Imagine your grandfather, a man who's always enjoyed his morning oatmeal, stirring in a generous spoonful of sugar, a habit he's had for years, maybe even decades. It seems harmless, even comforting. But lately you notice his blood sugar readings are all over the place. Sometimes they spike high, other times they crash low, leaving him weak and dizzy. What's going on? Here's the truth: sugar, especially the kind added to oatmeal, acts like a sneaky saboteur inside the body. When seniors consume it, their blood sugar can shoot up quickly, triggering insulin spikes. Over time, these ups and downs create inflammation and stress on the metabolism, something that naturally slows with age. This isn't just about feeling a bit tired after breakfast. It's about increasing risks for serious conditions like type 2 diabetes and even cognitive decline. A common mistake is thinking sugar in oatmeal is harmless, maybe even a source of quick energy. But in reality, it's empty calories that do little to nourish and everything to disrupt. Insulin resistance can worsen, and that vicious cycle begins quietly, often unnoticed until the damage is done. Instead of sugar, consider fresh berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon. These natural options bring antioxidants, fiber, and flavor without causing blood sugar chaos. They support metabolism and protect brain health, making oatmeal a real ally for seniors. Sugar is a silent threat. But it's just one piece of the puzzle. What about the fats we add? The rich, creamy butter many love? Let's talk about that next. Your aunt, someone you care deeply about, has always enjoyed starting her day with a rich, creamy bowl of oatmeal, often stirred with generous pats of butter or a splash of heavy cream. It's comforting, something warm, soothing, and familiar. But lately, her latest doctor's visit has you concerned. Her cholesterol numbers are creeping higher, and you can't help but wonder if that beloved breakfast ritual might be part of the problem. Here's the reality. The saturated fats found in butter and cream, when consumed in excess, have a way of settling inside the arteries. They can raise the levels of LDL cholesterol, the kind that builds up plaque and stiffens blood vessels. For seniors, whose cardiovascular systems are already under strain from age, this increased risk can't be ignored. It's not just about the butter tasting good, it's about what it does quietly inside the body. Many people believe that butter is a wholesome, natural fat, and it is, in moderation. But not all fats are created equal. Quality and quantity matter deeply. Too much saturated fat can tip the balance toward heart disease, stroke, and other complications that disproportionately affect the elderly. It's a subtle danger, one wrapped in tradition and comfort, but it's real. So, what's the alternative? Instead of loading up on butter or cream, try incorporating heart-healthy fats like a small spoonful of flaxseed oil or a handful of unsalted nuts. These choices provide omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants that support heart health, reduce inflammation, and even aid brain function, essential for aging bodies and minds. Butter isn't the only fat culprit lurking in your loved one's oatmeal bowl. There's another popular addition many reach for without realizing its hidden pitfalls: dried fruit. Let's explore that next. Your mom has a sweet spot for sprinkling dried cranberries on her oatmeal every morning. It adds that pop of color and a little tangy sweetness she enjoys. It seems harmless, even healthy, right? After all, fruit is fruit. But what she might not realize is that many dried fruits you find in stores are coated with added sugars, turning what should be a nourishing topping into a hidden sugar bomb. When dried fruit is processed this way, the extra sugar negates much of the fiber and natural goodness. Instead of slowly releasing energy, it causes blood sugar to spike rapidly. This increase in glycemic load can strain an aging metabolism and worsen conditions like diabetes or insulin resistance, problems many seniors face silently. There's a common belief that natural means automatically healthy. But food processing can mask sugar content so well that even the most careful shoppers get fooled. Those pretty, chewy dried fruits might carry more added sugar than candy, and that's a danger that often goes unnoticed in elderly diets. The best option? Fresh fruit, whenever possible. If you want the convenience of dried, look for unsweetened freeze-dried varieties. They keep the nutrients without the extra sugar. And always check the labels. If sugar, corn syrup, or anything ending in "-os appears near the top of the ingredients, it's a red flag. But the risks don't stop with sugar and fat. Sodium hides in some oatmeal add-ons too. Let's talk about salted nuts and nut butters next. A handful of salted almonds might seem like a simple, healthy snack to toss on top of oatmeal. It feels natural. Nuts are good for you, right? But what if I told you that those salted nuts are quietly packing in a sodium overload that can seriously affect your loved one's health? Too much sodium isn't just about saltiness on the tongue, it's a heavy burden on the body, especially as we age. Excess sodium causes the body to hold onto fluid, which means more work for the heart and kidneys, organs already working overtime in older adults. This can lead to high blood pressure, swelling, and increased risk of heart disease. Here's where many get tripped up. Nuts themselves are indeed nutrient-rich and heart-healthy, full of good fats and protein. But when they come salted, the added sodium turns them into hidden salt bombs. It's easy to miss because the saltiness feels subtle, but the impact inside the body is anything but. The best move? Choose raw or unsalted nuts to keep all the benefits without the hidden sodium risk. Even better, try making homemade nut butter without added salt. It's fresher, cleaner, and you control exactly what goes in. Sodium's not the only sneaky addition lurking in oatmeal bowls. Another everyday addition many think is wholesome, but often isn't for seniors, is milk. Let's dive into that next. Pouring whole milk into a warm bowl of oatmeal feels indulgent. That creamy richness makes breakfast feel special, comforting, and familiar. It's a ritual many seniors cherish, a simple pleasure in the morning. But for some older adults, especially those with sensitive digestion, this seemingly harmless habit can backfire. Full-fat dairy like whole milk or cream takes longer to break down in the digestive system. As we age, our bodies produce less of the enzymes needed to digest lactose properly, which can lead to bloating, gas, and discomfort. Beyond digestion, the saturated fats in full-fat dairy can promote low-grade inflammation, the kind that quietly chips away at overall health and complicates chronic conditions like arthritis or heart disease. There's no denying calcium is vital for seniors. It supports bones, muscles, and nerve function. But the fat and lactose in whole milk can sometimes outweigh these benefits, especially if intolerance is present. The result? Many seniors avoid milk altogether or suffer digestive distress without connecting the dots. A simple solution is switching to plant-based milks, almond, oat, or even soy milk. These alternatives are often fortified with calcium and vitamin D to support bone health, but they're easier on digestion and usually lower in saturated fats. They provide the creamy texture you want without the inflammation or digestive upset. Now, let's turn to another sweet temptation many add to oatmeal. Honey and maple syrup. Natural, yes, but are they really safe for seniors? Let's find out. Adding a drizzle of honey to oatmeal feels like a natural, healing choice. It's sweet, soothing, and has been used for centuries as a remedy for everything from sore throats to low energy. Maple syrup carries that same appeal, pure, natural, and rich in flavor. But when it comes to seniors, is reaching for these sweeteners truly safe? Even though honey and maple syrup come from natural sources, they still behave much like regular sugar once inside the body. They cause blood sugar levels to rise quickly, which can be especially harmful for seniors managing diabetes, insulin resistance, or metabolic syndrome. Add to that the extra calories they bring, calories that provide little nutritional benefit, and you start to see how these sweeteners can quietly undermine health goals. A common belief is that because these sweeteners are natural, they're automatically better, so adding more won't hurt. But sensitive senior metabolisms don't work that way. Their systems are less able to handle rapid sugar spikes, which can lead to fatigue, mood swings, and even worsen chronic conditions over time. The key here is moderation. Instead of pouring honey or syrup generously, try using just a small spoonful, or none at all. Better yet, experiment with natural flavor enhancers like a dash of vanilla extract, nutmeg, or cinnamon. These spices add warmth and sweetness without raising blood sugar or adding calories. Now, let's reveal the final topping. One you might never suspect turns oatmeal from a healthful choice into a hidden hazard. Granola has this reputation. It's healthy, crunchy, full of nuts and oats, perfect for topping off a bowl of oatmeal, right? But here's the catch. Many store-bought granolas are loaded with added sugars and unhealthy oils. They look wholesome on the outside but hide ingredients that quietly undo all the good oatmeal is supposed to do. These hidden sugars and oils crank up the calorie count far beyond what you expect. For seniors, especially those with metabolic concerns or heart conditions, this isn't just extra weight on the scale, it's extra stress on the body. The processed oils contribute to inflammation, which fuels chronic diseases and slows down healing. There's a common misconception that granola automatically means health food. The truth is, many packaged granolas are little more than disguised sweets. Crunchy, yes, but packed with sugar and fat that senior metabolisms struggle to handle. The best approach? Make your own granola at home, using simple ingredients like oats, a handful of nuts, and a dash of cinnamon for flavor. You control the sugar, or better yet, leave it out entirely. If making your own isn't an option, consider skipping granola altogether and sticking to fresh, natural toppings that nourish rather than burden the body. Now that we've uncovered these hidden dangers, the question remains, what can you do to make oatmeal truly healthy for the seniors in your life? Let's explore that next. Now that you know what to avoid, let's talk about how to transform oatmeal into a true superfood for seniors. A meal that nourishes, supports, and fuels their bodies without any hidden pitfalls. First, start with the base. Choose whole or steel-cut oats instead of instant or quick-cooking varieties. These take longer to digest, releasing energy slowly and keeping blood sugar steady. Plus, they retain more nutrients, giving your loved one a richer, more wholesome start to their day. Next, enrich the oatmeal with fresh fruits. Berries, sliced apples, or pears are excellent choices. They bring natural sweetness along with vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber that aid digestion and boost immunity. Adding seeds like chia or flax introduces omega-3 fatty acids and extra fiber, both essential for heart and brain health. Unsalted nuts add crunch plus healthy fats and protein to help keep energy levels stable. When it comes to liquid, swap out whole milk or cream for plant-based alternatives. Almond, oat, or soy milk, ideally fortified with calcium and vitamin D. These are gentler on digestion and still support bone strength. Above all, avoid added sugars and artificial ingredients. They add nothing but empty calories and can disrupt metabolism. Keep flavor natural and wholesome with spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, or vanilla extract. Finally, encourage hydration alongside meals. Sometimes seniors forget to drink enough water, but staying hydrated supports digestion and overall vitality. A warm cup of herbal tea or simply a glass of water can make a difference. With these simple but powerful tweaks, oatmeal becomes more than just breakfast. It becomes a cornerstone of health and well-being for the seniors you care about. It's hard, really hard, to face the truth that something as simple and familiar as a bowl of oatmeal could be quietly working against the health of someone you love. You watch them, hoping every meal nourishes and strengthens, yet sometimes it feels like despite your best efforts, their vitality slips away bit by bit. That weight on your heart, the worry, the helplessness, it's real, and you're not alone in feeling it. But here's the thing, knowledge changes everything. When you understand what's really going on, that fear and frustration can transform into clear, purposeful action. You no longer have to guess or hope for the best. You have the tools to make smarter choices, to gently guide your loved one toward meals that truly support their body and mind. That power belongs to you now. So today, take a moment to reconsider what goes into that oatmeal bowl. Those small shifts, swapping out sugar, ditching the heavy cream, choosing fresh fruit over dried, avoiding hidden salts, they may seem minor, but together, they can lift a tremendous burden. They can bring back energy, reduce inflammation, and even brighten moods. And here's the most important truth, it's never too late. No matter the age, no matter the challenges, the choices you make today can protect and honor the golden years of the people you care about. Every thoughtful meal, every mindful swap is a gift of love and health. You have the strength to make a difference. The journey starts with awareness, and it continues with care. So, to bring it all together, remember these 7 everyday foods that can quietly turn oatmeal from a healthful meal into a hidden hazard for seniors. Added sugar, too much butter or cream, dried fruits loaded with sugar, salted nuts or nut butters, whole or full-fat milk, natural sweeteners like honey and maple syrup, and processed granola packed with sugars and oils. Each of these may seem harmless on its own, but combined, they can add up to serious risks that impact your loved one's well-being. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these ingredients sneaking into the meals of someone you care for? Or maybe you've discovered healthier alternatives that make a real difference. Sharing your experience in the comments could be the lifeline another family needs. Your story, your wisdom, your observations matter more than you might think. If today's video gave you valuable insights to protect and nurture the seniors in your life, please consider subscribing to Healthy Wise Living. Here, we focus on practical, down-to-earth advice that helps you keep your loved ones thriving with dignity and strength. A simple click can bring you more tips, support, and knowledge for your caregiving journey. Thank you for taking the time to watch, for caring deeply, and for choosing to live healthily and wisely. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.